And welcome back, everybody, to the 2024 BC Open Snooker Championship. Another great round robin match here. Very important one, actually. In the group, both Vineet Desani and Sean Talbot have won their first matches. So this could be very interesting here because the winner of this match could move on to the knockout phase. We got a nice young face helping us out, Anton Fedishin is going to be in control of the table here. Sean wearing the all gray at the table right now, with Vineet with the black and blue shirt, and maybe a little TV nerves there. I don't think there was contact there. I believe that was a foul. Yes. Yeah, we're live on Snooker Canada's YouTube page. Definitely feel free to chime in if you have any comments or questions. Do let us know where you're tuning in from. We're here at Top 147 Snooker and Billiards Lounge in Richmond, British Columbia, Canada. As well, we've got some help from our sister company over there, the Star Snooker Club. Is helping the tournament run smoothly, as we had a whopping 48 players in the group stage. The total number of 52 players, as there were 4 players that won qualifiers early in the season to book their card into the knockout phase. And we couldn't have done it without Star's help, as they're the new kid on the block. They've got 3 lovely tables over there, and with the 7 we have here at Top 147, makes it a little easier for us behind the scenes people with having 10 tables. And with the balancing act, obviously, of not taking up too much time of the room. We can get in early, most of the time before these rooms open, get a good run of the tournament done, and then leave the nighttime for paying customers. So Jonathan Sun, owner of Top 147, and Eric Lee, owner of Star Snooker Club, we really appreciate all your help in continuing the growth of snooker in British Columbia. So we had a nice red there, Sean, with the rest, but unfortunately the black didn't work out too well. Yeah, Vineet, a very avid player. He has really done leaps and bounds in his game, that's for sure. Just a few years ago, saw him kind of stumble in the room. It's a tough time making some shots from time to time, but now he's really developed into a wonderful player, and he's got 2 young ones as well that love the game so much. I'm pretty sure they're watching at home, cheering on Papa. And Sean comes from a more pool background, but he's definitely jumped into the game of snooker, really enjoying it. Plays a lot out of the ANAF 100 branch up in Vancouver. Not sure if this is going to be as lightning fast as some other matches that we saw earlier on. To see if there's a touching ball. No declaration by referee Fedishin. Unfortunately, the black has run up table. Pink's kind of tied up a lot, so kind of a little messy start right now. Both players do have a match under their belt in the tournaments, so this pretty much predominantly all the players now have got their first match jitters out of the way. How's this for a plant? Oh, very nice try there by Sean. Black might have come to his rescue there, covering up the path for Vineet. I might have to put a little swerve on this. Sean is definitely a strong potter. If he can get into the balls, he definitely finds some fluency and accumulates points pretty quickly. I think both players are kind of realizing, looking over on the challenge site. It's a great site where you can find all the results and see where your favorite player is in the group stage. But both these players know they've won their first match. Although there could be a spoiler in the third match, but this one definitely has some importance. Vineet and Sean definitely know each other as they've played in last year's edition of the Canadian Snooker League. So definitely friends away from the table, but when it comes onto the table, it's all business. There are no friends in the game of snooker on the table. Very risky shot there. You don't see that many times when doubling into the corner. More often than not, a double is going into the side. Sean would love to get the black back on its spot. Bring it back down to the top of the table. Might have an opportunity here. Very nicely struck. Oh, see, this is new for these two players. Not often do they have a referee on the table, as well as a scorekeeper. David Fisher doing an excellent job. As well, earlier in the day, Duncan Banks was helping out with some scorekeeping. We really appreciate everyone's help behind the scenes. Referee Fedishin just making sure the shot was legal, as it was awkward bridging there for Sean. Yeah, to say these tables, I think, just are a little bit maybe on the slow side. It's a rainy day here in Richmond, so that might have something to do with it. It's a big room as well. We've got 7 snooker tables, 6 Chinese 8-ball tables, and 4 pool tables. There's always a lot of action going on. Just shows you how tough this game is. Definitely, if you're in the lower mainland area, feel free to stop by at Top 147 or Star Snooker, as the tournament is running in full force in both of these great rooms, and admission is free. A lot of nice open reds there in the business end of the table. It's just getting down there, getting a nice good red, getting on a color. I think Sean's going to go for the top right corner here. Scintillating. As I said, Sean is an excellent potter. One of our taller players, so doesn't always need to use the rest. Ooh, just the commentating curse right there. Just as I was giving him praise, he makes me eat my words. That's not going to be good for Vinit. That's one saving grace. Is it's going to be awkward bridging for Sean, as he's got to put his hand on the cushion, can't put it on the bed of the table. Good long pot. Is there a strange and long, precarious path to that blue? He's getting down to take a good look at it. Well, that's 6 points to the good, and he's still at the table. This next shot's going to be a little bit tricky. Ooh, the pendulum has turned, swayed into the hands of Vinit. He probably would like to just get a nice red, get good shape on this pink, help build up his confidence. The angle wasn't so. I thought he could run through that to be onto the pink in the top left corner. No harm, he's got a mid-range black into the top right. Oh no! Yeah, those are costly errors, that's for sure. Oh, no one likes to foul. But usually they're 4 points, but hitting that black and then going in off is a very costly 7-point foul. Is there a path by this blue for this red? I think no, there isn't. He did get the snooker. Ooh, just not enough pace, but Vinit will make the adjustments. Yes, there's a big area down there at the top cushion. He should be able to get into a red for sure. The one thing is he just doesn't want to leave an easy sitter for his opponent to get back in. A little discussion with referee Fetishin. Fedashun, I mean. And okay, referee just holding Vinit before he shoots. Just wants to check in with both players that they agree on the spot. It's not the worst shot he's ever played. Ooh, where's that earthquake we need? Sean's wondering. Just sat in the jaws and didn't find the bottom of the pocket. It's just I think a lapse of concentration there. He might have just been. He's got a yellow to its own pocket, and that red right there. Or he might elect to score heavily. It's got an angle on this black to the right middle to come down. I think he can gingerly pace it enough. Maybe he's thinking about the green because he's adding his telescopic extension. See, that's a thin cut on the black. It's going to run, but I'm surprised he's not taking on the. Maybe the angle's not there for the yellow. Just a stunner. Screw back a little bit. Feels that he's better suited for that. You got to know your own abilities to excel at this game. Know what you're comfortable with. Yeah, that might have been maybe a 90% shot for Sean, and the others were 80 or 70. Great shape to be on the pink, but he needs to get that red in the bottom of the pocket to continue on. So let's see what Vinit can do with this open red to the top left. This definitely feels like a frame and match for both these guys. It's going to come down to the colors. We'll have to see how this frame develops. Is all the colors pretty much at the bulk end, and all but one red are at the top end. This is for a lot of the more newer players that we have in this tournament, or not tournaments seasoned players. It's a good event to get into because a lot of the times a lot of these players do go for a lot of stuff when they're playing back at the club, and they'll learn pretty quickly if they're playing an experienced player that sometimes that's not the best avenue of attack, to just try and go for everything. Sometimes you gotta play a telling safety or lay a snooker. Yeah, but he's got a good angle on this red to come back up table. Nice angle on the blue to come down for these reds. Perhaps even stun it down and might be able to cannon into the red closest to the middle of the table by the bulk cushion. Didn't get the pace on it either. By looking at this, Vinit a little dejected from that shot, and Hiron, his youngest boy, I've seen that look a few times. Yeah, this frame's getting a little bit messy now. Reds on cushions, 18-point differential, 51 in it. It's a pretty big bounce. It's left an easy opener here for Sean. We'll see what he can do. Could just come down for the blue after this red. Gotta be mindful queuing over some balls. Ooh, would have minded a little kiss off that blue, but unfortunately he bypassed a little bit of love. Almost a good recovery there, but that blue is sitting for someone that's able to down a cherry. Don't think it's going to be in this shot. Maybe there's a double here for Vinit. Yeah, that blue has definitely blocked off that pocket. It's a tough enough game with 6 pockets, but when you put a color ball over a pocket, now it's only 5 pockets. It just becomes increasingly difficult. Sean had the right idea using that little wall there of black and green. Let's go by the yellow. I didn't want that cannon on the pink. I was coming nicely towards the yellow and brown. doesn't leave anything, and Vinny has a little chuckle to himself there. Is there a little path? Can he squeeze a red? He's looking at it. This might go by the blue into the top left. Oh no, just playing safe. Getting his cue ball hopefully tight to that cushion. Now the pink as well has kind of spoiled that yellow pocket, so slowly some color balls are taking some pockets out of play. Oh, I think he's almost trying for some help from the pink. Oh. A lot of collisions going on there. It's not a happy accident for Vinit. Left a rather easy starter here for Sean. Sean's got to punish him on these opportunities. And so you'll notice a lot over the course of this weekend, the stronger players, when a mistake has been made by their opponent, they can come to the table and really punish by putting up a high run or putting them into a fiendish snooker. Pretty much needs a red and a color ball to put us into the snooker's required stage. Well, here we go. We're on the colors. Yeah, we're definitely really helpful and thankful of our friends that have come over from Ukraine. It's great entertainment seeing Margot battle against last year's champ Albert Kenny. Her mom Hannah has been doing a wonderful job at the Star Snooker Club today, making sure the ship runs smoothly. She will be actually coming up on the TV table to referee our final match of the day. And Anton Fedschun is doing a wonderful job refereeing, sporting a wonderful red bow tie. Could be a bit concerning. He's kind of brought some balls out into the open. The only one that's maybe a little bit of an issue, a brown, but it's not, tight to a cushion. Yeah, Sean just needs yellow and green to put us in the Snooker's required stage. Oh, he's lifting a really good opportunity here for Vineet. He's got the angle to put the yellow into the right middle. The natural angle is going to push the cue ball down a little bit to give him a good angle onto that green. And if he can follow that green into its own pocket, he could be very nicely on the brown. But don't hook himself. Oh, you think he's hooked himself? Yeah, he has. So letting the referee just take a look at the ball just in case there's a respot. As when we're not in the Snooker's required stage, this can go back. Now, obviously, Sean has the option, put Vineet back, shoot from there, or he can put Vineet back in where that ball finished off. Yeah, Vineet's got no one to blame but himself. It's obviously a little nerve-wracking when the opponent puts you in a snooker, but when you put yourself in there, you're the only one to blame. But a good second attempt, and he might have gotten the snooker back here. Looks like Vineet's shaking his head. I don't think he got him there. But didn't sacrifice a... Or maybe he has. Not sure what Vineet was shaking his head at. Maybe he wanted to get the full ball snooker. Just wants to roll up to it. It's got to roll. Well, tit for tat there, so no real damage there. We'll see. Sean doesn't want to give up any more penalty points. He might have been a little bit frustrated missing that first escape. I think it was a good game plan. He just needed to add a few more rolls and it would have been nice. He didn't need to use that much pace on that green because now he's pushed it over the pocket and given Vineet a great chance to steal this first frame in a best-of-3 match. Good angle on the brown to come back down for the blue. Oh, but he just can't get it. Well, it's rolled out. It's not the easiest pot, but it's certainly makeable. Sometimes those dreaded double kisses can get you, but I think he's going to be okay here. Looks like Vineet's probably going to have to bring out the extended spider here. It's going to be queuing over the blue. Just going for the regular spider. Well, sometimes you never know if we'll get the swan will make an appearance. Oh, where's this cue ball headed? Ooh, with that pace, just rattled in the jaws, and Vinny can let out a sigh of relief. Just a decent amount of pace. If it was any quicker, it would have bounced out and given Vanita a great chance at a very long pot, but when it sits over those corner pockets, you just get a little bit more easier. You know, that might help Sean a little bit, just pushing that black. As Vinit will need the black. Nice cut, but oh, the in off. Such a beautiful shot there by Vinit. It's just utterly cruel, this game sometimes. How did that white find the bottom of the pocket? So this brown to put us in the snooker's required stage for Sean. Sean, a very quick featherer. Kind of reminisce of our good friend Phil Snake. Great player from Ontario. Was a runner-up in the 2016 Richler Cup. Yeah, I kind of wanted to get that so we wouldn't bring Vinit back to the table, but just one snooker required with 21 points difference. Hey, that's a good number, 21. And 18 points on the table. Black's in a good spot for snookers. Just a little pacey, and he's having a look. He might be fortunate that this is straight, but I think Sean can play it with a little bit of angle, because that bulk cushion jaw might just help him put that blue into the yellow pocket. Sean was putting a lot of bottom on that. He didn't want to risk anything. So if Vinit can pot the blue, it's not the end of the world if he does. Sometimes I don't think that's not the baddest idea. If he was to pot the blue, I think he'd be in a position that he probably could come off the pink to get behind the black, but that's nor here nor there now. He didn't elect for it. Sean wants it so bad he can taste it. Benit sees to live another day. It just looks like it should be frame here. Mid-range shot, but we have seen these middle cushions are pretty tricky. I think Sean's going to put all his concentration into this. Wants that one frame advantage in these short sprints. Oh, he knew. Nothing is a gimme on these tables. He's got to be fuming now. He knew that was a opportunity missed. Oh, and equally so, I think that's an opportunity missed by Benit as well. He could have got behind that black. Is he trying this thin cut? This is gutsy if he is. Wow, great shot. Benit taps the table. Where's this cue ball going? Ho, 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 ho. Wow. He's glad the earthquake held off that time. That had a lot of emotion there. And Benit's going to concede there. So Sean Talbot takes this first frame by a score of 60-34. And we'll be right back with frame 2 action. Just as we get the table set up, we got a shout out to our sponsors, Biocan Diagnostics, doing a great job. AAA Photography, the creators of the program and posters, helps us get the word out about these great snooker tournaments. White's LES, helping us get some comfortable seats for all our viewing audience in the room. Snooker Canada, that's who we are. Take a look at them at snookercanada.ca to find out upcoming events. And Top 147 is the location we are at here today, providing great tables for snooker action. And we can't forget Star Snooker Club. They're helping us out as well. They've got 3 lovely star tables over there. It's a hop, skip, and a jump. Brennan Choi from Top 147. So thank you very much for all our people helping us out. Really helping the game grow. As I remember way back in 2018 with my first BC Open, obviously we didn't have it streamed. We didn't have that going at the time. We had 22 players in that tournament. And now 6 years later, we've got 52 players. And I had a few people on the waiting list. And some people pulled out. So anyone that's listening, you want to get in these tournaments, as soon as the notice comes out, get in there. Don't dilly-dally, as snooker is hot in Canada and as well in America. They're doing great work south of the border. I guess recently just announced a 10-city U.S. tour, which is great to hear for the red, white, and blue. I believe in the weeks and months to come, there is the Saskatchewan Open. I believe the Manitoba Open is coming along. So many great events that revolve around the game of snooker. So we'll see how Benit responds in the second frame. They'll be coming up shortly. Sean has just excused himself for a comfort break. The table is set. We'll see if we can go into a decider, or can Sean get the whitewash and have a 2-0 record with 1 match to go in this group. So whoever takes this match is going to have the record of 2-0. And it's got to be a strong favorite to move out of the group stage and into the knockout round. That's a nice breakout to get things started. That's even better. Great statement shot there by Vinit. Let's put it right into the heart of the pocket there with authority. Those are always great shots, really boost your confidence. Just take your time. Don't want the adrenaline pumping too much. And Vinit's not affected by that at all. Ice in his veins. You know, we see often, so many times in these matches, player makes a fantastic shot. Sometimes they rush the next shot. And more often than not, it doesn't go in. But not the case for Desani. Well, now it's Sean's turn. This red to the right of the bunch. If he can just trickle it in, he'll be on the black nicely. Nice demeanor that Sean has. Just, you know, slowly trots around the table. Doesn't rush anything. A few choice words with himself there after making that great red. It's one of the great practice exercises you can do in this game. Next time you're at the table, just put the black on the spot and just keep shooting it until you miss. He apologizing a bit for blocking that red, but there's a shot to nothing here for Sean. That red that's away from the pack. He can hit it in a fashion that dry the pot, but safety is on his mind as well. Decent pace there. Well, Vinit, if you're going to rob the pantry, make sure you take some cherries on the way. Didn't hit a red at all. And good sportsmanship there by Vinit, just kind of holding his position in there. I don't know if our referee, Fedishin, was having a good eye, just not expecting a miss to happen there. A little surprised Sean's not putting him back. Yeah, black's a little tied up. Looks like pink's got a few pockets to go to. Open red by the top right corner. Sean wouldn't mind a little bit of cannon, but not too bad. Good angle on the brown. Does he have a little path here? That red just above the black. Yeah. Didn't think it went, but you never know. Sometimes our camera angles can make things a little bit different than what they seem to be. But just finding out that Rex Hugh has the high run of the tournament so far at 59. But I wouldn't be surprised if that falls by weekend end. Oh, valiant attempt. It looked like it went in the pocket and just didn't want to drop. Unfortunately, it's popped out in such a fashion that Vinit's got a relatively easy starter. Don't know if he needed to hit it that hard. I think you'll notice with the stronger players, once they take the shot, they do keep their head down for a lot of time after contact with the cue ball. You know, we've seen some players pop up, and that's obviously to their demise. So bit by bit, Sean's lead is growing here. Wow, that's a great pot. From distance, it's got a pink in the top right. Might want to take a look at that, Sean. He's not liking it, though. It's a good reward. Is he taking this blue into the yellow pocket? I was going to say that was very dangerous if he did. What we didn't like about that pink, because You know, the great Cliff Thorburn said, sometimes you got to take that shot that's just a little bit more difficult to continue the break. Seen a few flukes on this table. Well, he struck it in a way that he didn't leave this red on into the yellow pocket, but a 30-7 advantage for Sean in the second frame, a frame that he would like to win because that will be a match winner, and as well will put his record 2 to the good, and without a loss makes him a strong favorite in this group to move into the knockout round. You can't just leave Sean anything. Got a shot to nothing here. Just needed a bit more pace. Not sure what happened there. He's left now a easy red for Vineet, but I'm pretty sure he had an easy pathway. Just try and take that last red into the top left corner pocket. Run back to bulk if he misses it. Yeah, you gotta be so accurate with those shots. As soon as it hits that top cushion, will spoil the party. Sean definitely will happily just clip off some reds if he can. Just seeing that his opponent is struggling just a little bit, just to put a good break together. Ooh. He might have got 3 out of 4, but that one red could be open with a nice blind cut in the top left. These blind cuts, it's tough to control the cue ball, so it's going to come up table. Slower pace, let the pocket do all the work to bring it down under. Yeah, that pace made that ping tricky. If he gave it a little bit more pace, he might have been up for the green, but then adding pace makes the pocket that much more trickier, so. Room's getting a little bit more active as we're getting into the almost prime time hours. Yes, beside me in the commentator booth here at Top 147, they have a couple Mahjong rooms. So I think we just saw a few people just maybe wanting to jump into the room to have a game of that great tile game. But we have put signage throughout the room that the tournament is in process. Yeah, I didn't think Sean was going to refuse that long pot, just the way he's been potting this afternoon on this table. So 34 in it, 35 on the table. Sean just needs this final red. Yeah, not going to play the cutback double. Great weight on his cue ball. Acknowledged by a tap on the table by his opponent. It's just come off the cushion a little bit. Obviously, when your object ball is glued to the cushion, the rule of thought is with your cue ball is hit object ball and cushion at the exact same time, and that will slide the object ball down the cushion right into the bottom of the pocket. But unfortunately, a little bit of space there made Sean refuse it. I don't think he's got the snooker here, but that green has maybe blocked the potting angle for Vineet. Very nicely done. Gave it a go for the pocket, but knew exactly where he wanted to put his cue ball, and a little bit of danger there. Good hit for Sean. At this point, he just doesn't want to give anyway easy points, so just put some concentration to get out of the snooker. It would be a tough run out for Vineet for sure. Blue and yellow over there. It's a little bit tricky. See the body language there of Sean just kind of willing that cue ball just to get behind the black. Giving him every hope. Needs to run a bit more. Okay, I think he's going to be all right. Very thin cut here if Sean's electing for it. Give it enough pace that he didn't sit it in the pocket. Nice long pot. It's coming down. Needs. He's one of these high value colors, that's for sure. So 27 on the table and 33 in it. Vinny does need 2 snookers, and he might be in one right now. Like that shot, although I think he's hooked himself on the green. A little disgusted, but oh, he could get by. Ooh, left that in the jaws. Vinny just taking a look at the scoreboard. Blue's in a good spot, so maybe just get rid of this green. And then craftily help with that brown. Now Sean can put a ball tight to the cushion. That would help him out tremendously, but shot to nothing here. Ooh, that's going to help out Vinny's cause. That's a little barrier wall building over there, and that blue is, or pink I should say, is in a great pot for a snooker, but this is going to come out, and this is a frame chance. Match win possibly for Sean Talbin here. Fantastic. And he drops his head and kind of just stomps the table a little bit. Triple, quadruple. And there's the handshakes there. There's a whitewash there for Sean Talbin, looking good to move on into the knockout phase. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to stand by for about 45 minutes. We're going to come back to you at 6 p.m. Pacific time, where we'll have our final match of the day between Ross Bradson and Albert Lamb. Come back and see us. David Putty will be back in the booth with me. Hannah Lisovenko will be refereeing. I'm David Burney, saying we'll see you in about 45, everybody. Take care.